Hi folks, and welcome to the Racer Report with head coach Chris Hatcher. Here's what's coming up on today's show as the Racers play their second straight overtime game. Only this time the Racers come out on top and snap a 4-game skid. Big day for Katie Humphreys and also Navarre Griffin. We'll talk about that. Murray State's defense come up with big plays too. And the Racers now get ready to head to Austin Peay to take on the Governors. And before we leave today, the calls of Neil Bradley. The Racer Report begins right now. Hi everybody, Dave Winder here with the Racer Report with head coach Chris Hatcher. Coach will join us in just a moment and we'll take a look at was a great double overtime victory on homecoming weekend over Southeast Missouri State. But before we bring Coach in, let's take a look at what's coming up this week for the Racers and the next week after that. Murray State at Austin Peay on Saturday. We'll kick it off at 6 o'clock at Governor Stadium in Clarksville, Tennessee. And we'll get to see their brand new remodeled stadium down there. And the Racers lead the all-time series 33-13, and they've won the last 6. So we'll look forward to that on Saturday. And then a week from Saturday, the Racers back at home at 3 o'clock, October 25th, as they host Kentucky Wesleyan. And that'll bring us to our time with head coach Chris Hatcher. Indeed, there's nothing like being a Racer on a Saturday night after a big win. Coach, congratulations. 44-41, double overtime. You guys make it a habit of these overtime games on the weekends?
Well, any way we can win a ball game. You know, we've had a tough start to the season. We've got beat in 3 games that probably we should have got beat in. Got beat by Tennessee Tech last week in overtime in a game that we had in hand and let it slip out of our grasp late. And then all of a sudden we get the 23rd ranked team in the country coming to our place to play at homecoming. And it was real interesting to see how our guys going to react to a tough defeat last week. But we had a great week of practice. Our dauber never got down. We worked hard. And the bottom line is we just found a way to win the ball game. We made a lot of mistakes. But the most important thing is we won a close game. And our confidence right now is at an all-time high this season. And but I know, hey, there's a lot of good highlights to see.
I can't wait. Let's go ahead and roll it and get into it here. You know, it was homecoming Saturday. It wasn't a good weather day. It was kind of wet all day. But more than anything, your team just needed to get a win. You needed to get something positive going. And we all know that no matter what happens in a ball game, the biggest stat at the end of the day is what's on that scoreboard, and you guys got it done.
Well, no question. You know, our kickoff team pinned them really deep, and they come out right here. They get called for an offensive face mask, something you very rarely see. So we forced them to punt right off the get-go, and that was really good. They got a bad kick. They were kicking into the wind, and I tell you, it was just kind of a dreary day. And you know, I thought we had a nice crowd for considering the weather. But big third down completion to Janowski Davis to start the game. We come back with a 2nd and 5 play, and I think that was either the 3rd or 4th play of the game offensively, and we hit Navarre Griffin to go up 7-0 after Griffincamp's kick.
Well, Griffin had a great day, 9 catches, 141 yards, 3 touchdowns. Katie Humphreys, 297 yards and 6 touchdowns. We'll kind of hit on him as we go here. But, you know, defensively, you were facing a hot team.
We really were, and to me, that's the best defensive performance we've had all season. They have a 4th and short here. I tell you one thing you don't know, they were actually going to fake a kick, and we'd been practicing it all week, and our guys adjusted, and they checked out of it. So we come right back, and you know, even though Katie had a great game, you know, we missed fire here on a 3rd and long, got Jesse running down the sideline, but we're forced to punt. We get an okay punt. Our punting game has been pretty poor this season, and we got to clean that up. But one thing we did is we got great pressure on their quarterback. And I'm going to tell you what, I know they came out on the wrong end of the stick, but number 12 from SEMO, I don't know if he could walk this morning. He may be one of the toughest competitors that I've ever faced. And I told our team, if they didn't go up and shake his hand after the game, they were not good sportsmen, because he was a really good player. But Our defense, we did bend a little bit, 3rd down and goal. We forced them to kick a field goal, and their kicker knocks it through. But again, to me, the stat of the day was we forced them to have 6 field goal attempts, and that ended up being the difference in the ball game.
It was certainly a bend, but not break defensive effort for the Racers. But, you know, for most of the game, I don't think you actually trailed till late in the game. So you had to lead the whole game or tied.
We did, but it was kind of similar to the week before versus Tennessee Tech. We never could get 2 scores ahead, and we had some awesome opportunities to do that. And but you got to give them credit. I mean, you're not the 23rd ranked team in the country on your looks, and you know, here they make a nice play, unfortunate play that they get on us here. You know, we're getting good pressure. So we go in the second quarter. They had the ball a lot of minutes in the game, Dave. They had a great plan. They were going to milk the clock, force us to keep our defense on the field. They get a good seam route over the middle. Their tight end, number 30, was a really good player. We did a good job. There's to Quentin Spraggins, 15 on the tackle. But we come right here. You know, this was a really good catch.
Got 1 foot in,
maybe a
toe.
And it was good, but they did. They took the lead here, but we come right back on a 2nd and 9 play, and that we catch them in man coverage and throw the corner out. Great touch by KD to Janowski Davis. So they didn't have the lead long.
That's right. It was just a few seconds.
So it was nice to see us be able to answer with a big play in that situation of the ball game.
Well, it was a hard-fought game, and Coach, you get back to, you know, you're talking really good things about Kyle Snyder from SEMO. I always like to say, you know what, those guys on the other team, they're on scholarship too.
Oh, and they're good. I mean, they're a good team. There's a good play by Anthony Hayes, a senior out of Memphis, Tennessee. I thought we played the option better, and you know, we did lose a little contain there, but we were much improved in that area. But, you know, a couple runs, this was probably the best run they had all day on us. There's Bernard Thomas came in the game when DeMontre Wade went down with an injury. But we hold them to a 4th down, and they miss a field goal, and that was big. So we have some momentum going. We come up a little short. And it's not much time left in the half, so I decided to kick. I said all week I was going to go for it around midfield, but our defense was playing well. We get off an 11-yard punt, Dave, and well, I tell you what, that's an area that we got to shore up our punting game.
Yeah, because you're going to have to at least advance it down the field. You can't be giving up important yards that way, but Snyder hits a pass here. We're now under 4 minutes to go before halftime. They're moving it.
Yep, but again, we buckled down. We forced them to kick another field goal, and to me, that ended up being the difference in the ball game. I mean, keeping them out of the end zone. I thought offensively, the times we had the ball, we moved it well. Defensively, you know, we were giving up some yardage, but we were buckling down in that red zone area. So we go into halftime 1 point better than we were when we started the game. And when you're a team like us that hadn't had a lot of success, you take victories any way you can get them.
Absolutely. So the Racers leading at the half. We'll show you the second half in just a moment. The Racer Report with Chris Hatcher is brought to you by Ruth Brothers Wine and Spirits. Serving you for 50 years, Ruth Brothers with 2 locations in Paducah, Kentucky. And by Pepsi Mid-America. Share your summer picks on Twitter with #RealBigSummer. And by Campus Evolution Villages in Murray. The best in student living. Call 270-767-1818 to plan your tour and visit. And by Kentucky Community and Technical College System. Higher education begins here.